gonna mess up in there somewhere. That was good. It was like a C-ish or something. Hey, Matt Bell with Electric Violin Shop. What's up, everybody? We got our live stream today. As you can see, this is an instrument y'all have not seen in this shop before. It's because it's not been in this shop before. This is the Spectra electric violin. It is an LED violin, or LED, if you must. But right now it is in sound active mode. It has modes, which is cool. So we're going to talk about this instrument. We're going to start carrying these. And there are right now just a couple of these in existence on the planet that we're hanging out on. But there are going to be more. And we're really excited to have with us the inventor of this violin. And so tell everybody who you are and what you're about and why you decided to make this violin.
Yeah, so my name's David Deininger. I'm an electrical engineer. I just moved here to the greater Raleigh area almost 2 years ago now. And I've been making these, prototyping these violins just because I love music. And I'm not the greatest player, but I can use my engineering skills for something. So I figured I'd make a violin out of it.
Awesome. So we are going to take a lot of questions on these. He's here. As you can see, it is in a light active mode right now. He's got another one behind us here. This is one of the other ones. This is in a just sort of in a stable on mode right now. So let's talk about some features on this instrument. First thing is, my sound is low. I can hear me just fine. I don't know what that means, the sound is low. Like it's quiet on YouTube, you can't hear me goodly. Help me out. Are you on YouTube? No, you're on Facebook. You're on Facebook. You're on YouTube. Sorry, it's very confusing sometimes in here. I don't know, maybe turn it up. Can you turn it up? Does that make it more better? Okay, sorry. So the instrument itself, the sound that it makes is a, I don't know, you know what? This phone has been dropped several times. I'm sort of looking, I'm looking at a...
Check the volume on the phone, man. It might be turned down.
The volume might be turned down. Let's try that. Let's turn the volume up. How about this? I don't know if that changes anything. Can you hear me now? I feel like the Verizon guy.
Yeah. Did you jump the spread?
How about now? How about now? No? I don't know. Sorry. It's if it's not working so good on the Facebook, maybe you can go to the YouTube. It could be that the phone is a little jacked. When I said, how about this, it was good?
Oh, yeah, something's definitely messed up.
Yeah, well, we got an electrical engineer here. Maybe he'll fix it later. We'll give him some, we'll give him a paper clip and some cow manure or something. Yeah.
Bubble gum.
Something.
Like MacGyver.
Yeah, maybe. Sorry, you guys may have to move over to go over there to YouTube. It might be better. I don't know. Sorry. Oh, you hear the fiddle? Well, you don't care about me. Just listen to the fiddle.
I gotta start yelling more.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell more. Sorry. So anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. So here we are. Here's the Spectra Violin. The Spectra Violin is passive. The pickup is passive. Obviously the lights are not. If he designs, if he's able to figure that out, we're going to talk about something else.
Oh yeah.
If he's able to get the lights to work without any power, we'll have another product or two. But the lights are powered. Obviously, the instrument, it's a passive pickup, so I'm plugged directly into a Fishman Loudbox Artist right now, and These instruments are, I mean, obviously you can hear them. They sound good. They're available in 4-string only. These are nice and loud too. I did a comparison earlier. These might even be a little bit louder than the Yamaha YEV, which is generally the loudest instrument we've got. So plenty of headroom on these things. They are a little bit heavy for those of you that are concerned about weight. We're just over 3 pounds. 3 pounds? What am I saying?
2 pounds.
2 pounds. I can lift it.
Not 3 pounds.
Not 3 pounds. 2 pounds. Yes. Is there a website that works for more info? Yes. There are 2 websites that work for more info. One of those websites is electricviolinshop.com. And the other one is, your website is?
Microtaurus.com.
Microtaurus.com. Maybe we'll ask you about that later.
Yeah, absolutely.
why it's Microtaurus, but that's cool. Again, what am I talking about? The instrument is just over 2 pounds, not 3, 2, just over 2 pounds. 4-string than Aurora, and we'll actually compare and contrast these for you guys in a little bit. What does it cost? Good question. What was the number we came up with, guys? What is it? $18.99. It's a bargain at any price. But $18.99 is what these are going to be. And you can find it on our website. What violin is it? It's on the header for their Spectra, S-P-E-C-T-R-A, Spectra Violin. I'm going to let you talk about some features. Talk about some things this violin can do.
Yeah, absolutely. So like Matt was saying, the primary audio output is passive, so it goes right through your quarter-inch jack. You can go to your amplifier through a cord, or you can go to a wireless transceiver. So right now the LEDs are just kind of in a static mode, so you can change color in this mode. You can go to different colors. Kind of hard to see in this small screen, but there's about 16 colors you can cycle through, and it just cycles through them completely. Second mode, this is reactive mode. So this is the one that Matt was showcasing. Basically, the instrument lights up as you play the instrument, bow it or pluck. The third one I kind of put in there just as kind of like a soft backlight, so it's not like really flashing in your face, so it's a little less straining. Mode 4, I think some people might find a little fun is kind of like a temporal, where after it sees kind of a strike, it'll change the color randomly. Not sure if I should keep that in the future or not. And mode 5 is actually something I'm continuing to develop, is a Bluetooth option where the lights can actually be controlled by a light board guy. So right now I just have it kind of controlled by a phone. Have a little tiny app that I built for my Android. Do you mind holding this, Matt?
Yeah.
So from the phone app, you pretty much just connect directly to the instrument. Oh, I gotta connect it.
Should I shake it? Does that help?
Oh yeah, that might shake
Okay.
it. So yeah, I can directly control the colors of the lights through the use of the Bluetooth interface. So you can see here actually kind of a dual tone color that I'll be able to control in the future.
It does not have a MIDI connection. No, it's heavy enough already.
But yeah, so I mean that's pretty much it. Oh,
So as you can see, yeah, it's got two different LEDs on it, and with those 2 LEDs, you can control them separately, right? So you can do one color on the top and one color on the bottom, and that's pretty hip. And these are bright. So like I don't know if you guys can see. Watch this. Like I've got these lights. These studio lights pointing on us, so there's not a lot of shadows on us. Yeah, sorry, man. We're aware of there's an issue on Facebook where the volume is kind of not so good. If you want to pop over to YouTube, there's a link above you somewhere in the comments. You can pop over to YouTube over there, and the sound should be better. So yeah, so there's some really bright lights on us right now. The phones kind of compensate for that, so it doesn't look like we're all washed out, or maybe I do because I'm really pasty. But so the fact that you can see these lights with these studio lights like right on me tells you that on a stage, even the stage, I actually took one of these prototypes out on a stage that I was playing on last year, and the band that I was touring with has a pretty extensive light show, and we didn't have any problem seeing the lights on the violin at all. And it's, you know, being on my stage was like being on the sun. I mean, it's bright. I almost was able to get a tan, which is incredible. So, so yeah, these lights are super bright. Those of you who have worked with other LED violins and have found that the lights are not bright enough, this is an issue that's going to be better for you with this instrument. Yeah, those disappear fast. So, yeah, that's what's going on with the Spectra Violin. So it does have several different modes, and I don't know if he showed you, there's some buttons on the side here. So what's this button here?
That should be the brightness button, but that depends on which mode you're in. So right now I went back to mode 1, which is static color, so now you can control the brightness.
All right, so the brightness, as you can see, it sort of works through some different levels of brightness, right? And then volume knob here. I went to another color, didn't I? All right.
It's cycling through the brightness.
Well, the nice thing is there's a display, if you can see. My Texan just came out. Sorry, display. There's a display on there, or a display, however you like to say it. But there's an LED display right here inside. It's a little hard for you guys to see, but when you're playing it, you can look right at it. I'm looking down through the clear body of the violin, and I can see this display here. When I push the button, it says BF.
That's
best friend.
No, full brightness.
It means it's your best friend right now. It's really bright. And then these two buttons here on the port side.
Kind of. Yeah,
He's a Navy guy. So on the port side of this instrument, you've got your up and down buttons, and
so the top one is going to be your mode button. So this will go through the 5 different modes of control of the lights, and then this one, the bottom one, is the color of the lights. So when you're in the first 3 modes, you'll be able to control the lights, the color of the lights.
So this thing comes with a manual. He did mention he was an engineer, right?
Yeah.
So this thing will come with a manual, and so I'm on 15 now. Look at there, 16. And it pops over 1, 2. So I can see the display. I can see it in there. It's really just a well-engineered instrument, which is stunning, knowing that it came from an engineer. But it really is a well-engineered instrument. And so you're doing the work with wood and 3D printing, right?
Yeah, so a lot of it is 3D printed. Obviously, you clean it up, make sure it looks nice, and then the main body is maple. Probably experiment more with lighter materials, and then the top is just an acrylic plate.
Built his own pickup, right?
Yep. Yeah, so it's a dual element. So one is dedicated directly for the audio output, so the electronics do not interfere whatsoever with your audio output. So God forbid anything were to happen to the electronics and they fail while you're on stage, you still can actually play and have, you know, audio output.
So that's a good thing. Battery, let's talk about the battery in here.
So the battery is a little bit unique. It's not like a standard AA. So it does use a lithium-ion battery that's specific. I do list it in the user manual, and they do ship with it. So you do have spares and you do have a charger. They are rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. So they gain access by. But yeah, so you gain access to the cover, and then you can replace the batteries like that.
So that's what's going on with that. Somebody asked for a test play. You must be here late. We already played a little bit. We'll play some more though. I feel good. I actually hit that note I don't always, but today I did. So that just tells you how good a violin it is. You should buy this and you'll play in tune all the time. Guaranteed. So what else should we talk about? There's, you spent a lot of time developing this.
Oh yeah.
You've been working on these for how long?
Oh boy. If you really want to go back to the first one I ever built, probably 4.5 years.
Okay.
That was the first one I ever built was during transfer between sophomore and junior year college, and I got bored when I was hanging out with my parents, and I just put something together and got some lights going. But obviously that was like in the most like just 2 pieces of plastic, a violin neck, and then put strings on it, and I called it a violin. It was far from that, but yes, where it all started.
Price, what do we say, $18.99, right? Is that what we said, price, $18.99? Yes. Yeah, I keep forgetting that people are coming in the middle of this thing. We already answered some of these questions, but y'all keep coming on in and ask, and we'll answer until. Yes, it does change color. You want to change color on this one?
Oh, okay.
It's blue reactive right now. So yes, it has different color LEDs, and it actually has 2 zones. There's a top zone and a bottom zone. And it also can Bluetooth to an app on your phone, and you can control it from your phone as well. If your phone will Bluetooth connect to it.
Yeah, so I eventually plan to work on software programs that you can do to your PC, so you can hopefully use programs like Ableton or some other like Lightboard softwares to be able to integrate with it.
Sweet.
So that's in the works, not right now, but it does have the functionality to do that. But yeah.
Here we go. We're ready now. Any effects? I've got just a little bit of reverb on this because this room's pretty dead, and it would sound pretty dead without it dead. So a little bit of reverb. Other than that, EQ is pretty flat. No other effects. Just running through a Fishman Loudbox Artist. Where is the manufacturer from? He's from right here.
Cary, North Carolina.
Cary, North Carolina, the rolling metropolis of Cary, North Carolina. It's right where I live. We live right around the corner from each other.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
So yeah, North Carolina. So it's local, locally sourced, organic, gluten-free. All right, more questions. Who has more questions? I know you guys have got questions about this thing. Everybody's hitting. Does a scroll and neck come in different colors?
So yeah. So the one that Matt's been playing is blue.
This is a blue one, and he's got a white one here. So, yeah, dying for a purple one. I don't know if you ask the manufacturers right here. If you ask him nice, something like that might happen. I don't know.
Yeah, it can pop up in the wild somewhere. It's almost like what's that? Pokemon Go. They just pop up and
That's right. One of them just pops up. Yep. The other thing to think about too is if you get a white one, then you can just change the color of the lights. The lights are what most people are going to see anyway. A question I know a lot of people are going to ask is, does this work with the G10, the Line 6 G10? The answer is yes, it does work with the G10. Just tune in how much? $18.99. So they're priced a little bit above the Auroras. They have more functionality than the Auroras. Sound is a little different, honestly, on these than the Auroras. These are a little more of a, it's got a little more of an edge to the sound of it, and the Aurora is virtually edgeless. The Auroras are super, super thick. In fact, I'll play one. We got one right here. I know people are going to ask, so we'll compare. When is the 5-string coming?
I haven't engineered that yet.
So right now the answer is it's not. Here is an Aurora. Let's compensate. This is not nearly as loud, so I'll turn up the amp. So yes, that's how it compares to the Aurora. The sound is different on these. The Auroras are not nearly as loud. It's never been a real big deal for me because my amp has knobs on it. I can just turn them up. But yeah, if people are interested in a super, super hot signal, if you want a really hot signal, the Spectra has a very hot signal. It's actually a little bit louder than the YEV, which is pretty loud. Let's see. Yeah, just different tone quality, and that's why there are a bunch of different violin makers out there, because everybody's looking for a different thing. What else do we want to cover on these? Piezo pickups.
Yep.
Did have somebody ask about that earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, we went over the dual element thing. So one's dedicated electronics, one's to the player's output.
You can use any shoulder rest you want. Just clip your shoulder rest on there, and it does have a nice ridge there for grabbing onto your shoulder rest. The other nice thing is that the bridge is just a regular wooden bridge that sits on top of the pickup element. So if you wanted to shape this bridge differently, that'd be a relatively easy thing to do. You can use any center mount chin rest if you're sort of if you're a chin rest snob and you have to have a certain kind of chin rest. I'm not judging, it's fine. But any center mount chin rest will work on here. It will fit. Trying to think what other questions people ask. We did talk about the weight of this, but some of you guys are new. They're heavy. They're just over 2 pounds. Although we did see a video the other day of some very, very, very small human playing a violin that does legitimately weigh more than 3 pounds. And she plays this thing for hours and hours on end. So can be done. Can be done, guys. Do instruments like this need humidity? Like wood ones?
I think I generally stated in the manual, just treat it like you would in any normal acoustic violin. If you treat it nicely, it'll stay just fine.
Humidity. No, I don't really understand the question on that as far as needing humidity. It's I mean, the only reason, I mean, a Yamaha YEV is going to be fine in pretty much any situation that you're fine in. The only thing is the pegs could slip, and these are regular just pressure fit pegs. If I didn't answer your question, ask me again in a different way, and I'll try to answer it. Pegs, yeah, it's just regular pegs, so it's going to act like any other regular peg violin. If you wanted to have perfection pegs installed in here, we can do that here for a nominal fee. So yeah, I think perfection pegs, Jamie, are around $200 installed, right? neighborhood of 200 bucks. And that's 200 bucks really well spent, by the way, if you want to do that. But yes, we can install perfection pegs here. Yeah, so if you wanted one of these and you wanted perfection pegs on that, that could be done. Just $18.99 for the violin, and then roughly 200 bucks for the perfection pegs. But because you're in Texas, and we like people from Texas, no shipping and no tax for you. Okay, so there you go. Tuner on board through display. Oh, that's a really good idea. Not yet. I would guess probably not coming. Perfection pegs better than ped heads. I don't know. Perfection pegs versus like Whitner, just two different brands. Are they better than just regular like friction fit pegs? Yeah, far better technology. I would guess that if Stradivari were alive today, he'd be using perfection pegs. He was an innovator. Everybody wants to say no, he'd use the no. Stradivari was an innovator, and he was using the best technology that was available to him at the time. He'd be using he'd be using perfection pegs or whatever. Typo. I'm glad that autocorrect has never bit me in the hind end. It is one cool looking violin. Yeah, they're very cool.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the etching along the edge on there.
Yeah, so that is actually just it's a sticker. It's a vinyl sticker. I experimented quite a bit with etching and lasering, and they never get quite the same effect. So this is the best effect. So if you really don't like it, you could actually just peel it off and put on your own vinyl sticker.
There you go. The reason for that is to let that light, as it's dispersing through there, catch a little bit more.
Yep.
Like you can see, that's sort of catching. Let's do this real quick. Let's shut off these bright studio lights. You can actually see how bright these lights are that are shining on us right now. I don't even think we're at full brightness on here, are we? Oh, no. We're just getting warmed up. So these are really. So yeah, when you're on a stage, these are bright. And he actually, the first time I think you asked me about them, you were afraid that they're gonna be shining up in my eyes and blinding me. There actually is a cover. As you're playing the violin, there is a cover on top of that light, so you're not actually looking directly at the
LEDs.
You're not looking directly at the. Is it possible to see with the lights turned down? I can't see anything with the lights turned down. Oh, you're asking about on the violin? Yes. Let me just shut the lights right off, and I'm going to turn these back on. I got too many shadows on me. I look old enough already. With the room lights turned down.
Nope. They're kind of still on.
No, we're a business that's functioning right now. I got 3 people over here on the phone next to me, and if I shut the lights off in this room, they might throw something at me. I have played this on I've played one of these on a stage that I work on, and those are generally very, very, very bright stages, and you can see them. You could see the lights just fine from the crowd on a really bright stage. He's got some pictures on his website, and I guess we've got some of those pictures on our website now too. If you go to microtaurus.com or electricviolinshop.com, there are some pictures of these. If you go to our Instagram page, Electric Violin Shop on Instagram, there are some pictures of this with the lights turned on and the room lights off. So that's one thing. When you flip it on, flip the instrument on, it does take a second for it to turn on. What is more cool in that store than what you're showing right now? Well, the Inventor's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you.
And Shauna here, Shauna's cool. But the instrument, yeah, this is a pretty hot instrument right here. Very, very cool. We're excited about this one.
If you took it to John and you could take it into
Dream of playing EV with laser beams. Ooh, yeah. I can't see the rest of the comment. But yeah, laser beams would be cool. All we'd have to do is add a couple more pounds.
Yep. More power, more batteries.
That's right, more power. Oh.
Hook in a flux capacitor.
That's right. Yes, so this is the very first generation here. I guess we are you going to be able to leave these with us? We're going to have 2 of these to sell? A white one and a blue one?
we have to
Eventually, I need to take them back just for a little bit, and then they'll be back.
So these will very soonly be available to you guys. They're up on our website right now. You cannot take one of these out of here just yet today, but soon, very soon. So if you are in the market for an LED violin, this is one to definitely think about. Obviously, the Aurora violins that we've been carrying for a long time, another excellent product. These are priced a little higher because they've got some more functionality, but very cool. If you guys have more questions, you can dump them in the comments section and we will answer those. David will be available to answer those questions. We're going to help answer those questions. The nice thing about having the engineer be right here in the town where we live, you know, he's committed to providing support for these things when you buy them, and I'm pretty excited about this. These are going to be cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and absolutely. Like, if there's anything that people like, and we could design those, put those elements into it, and the help the next generation, or even the current generation with the software updates, as I was talking about earlier.
So there it is, Spectra Violins. Keep your eye out for these things. Soon to be seen on a stage near you, perhaps a stage with you. All right. Hey, oh, there was one other thing, and I don't remember if, yes, right here. There was one thing I wanted to cover. We have been working with bridge violins, and it used to, oh, see, somebody asked if there was something cooler in here than the violin, and here she is. For the longest time, bridge violins, the bodies are made in China, and apparently there was a little something lost in translation when we asked for purple, because this is not purple. This is purple. So we do have, this one's here, and it's called purple. It's really sort of pink. So if you'd rather have this one, let us know. Have this one. If you want like purple, we have them both, okay? Want to let you know, they're here. It's wondrous, it's beauteous, and life is good, okay? So that is it for today. I think I'm here next week. Yeah, need a 5-string. I have really bad news. There will not be a 5-string anytime soon. It's a brand new product. He spent years and many mucho clams putting these things together. Probably needs to make a little money with these before he starts going into R&D again on a new product. So, because he's getting married soon, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's priority number one.
So yeah, he probably has to get married and do all the things that come with getting married, and then we'll talk about 5 strings. So could be a little while. We're doing our best, Tara. I promise you. Yeah, I will see you guys. I won't see you. You might see me next week. Okay. Yeah, next week. Talk to you guys later.